Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. We are here on Riverbend Springs, episode 3. Thanks for joining me. Morning, Gramps. How you doing? Gonna have a productive day today, eh, Gramps? So, first things first. We are gonna get some cultivating done. Gramps actually might come out here and join us. He might actually run the cultivator for a little bit while we run the drill right behind him. There's really not a ton to do today. We'll probably plant this grass, and then we might run or we might look into buying a fertilizer spreader. There's nothing in the used market, but we'll look. We might end up buying this. Believe it or not, I've actually seen one of these in real life. I saw a guy, he was running a T7 New Holland in his field, spreading with one of these on the back here in the US. So very interesting. I honestly never knew that that was a thing, but I am tempted to just buy this one because it also will spread lime, which we're going to need here at some point. Because if we were to look at crop protection, that's all there is. Like this is the only one that will spread lime. So I feel like this would honestly be the worthwhile investment for now. So I think we'll probably end up buying that. Because we do need to do some lime as well. I think we're going to spread lime on the field across the road that we haven't really looked at yet. But we probably should have spread lime on these two fields, but it's just expensive right now and we don't have a ton of money. So let's hop in the old Challenger. We'll do a little bit of cultivating ourselves to see what it's like, and then I think, yeah, like I said, Gramps is gonna, be doing a little work today. He's feeling motivated. So, another thing that we want to do, or I want to do, is either chop this tree down here, these two trees, or the tree on the other side of the barn. I'd like to put a greenhouse up so we can start selling some produce. And we need to service the combine, so that still needs to be done as well. I did do a little bit here, messing around off camera just to see what it was like, and it's actually like the same texture. So if we run the cultivator over this ground, which I actually did, you can see where I turned. It's the same thing, so I don't know. We're gonna have to mess with this stupid map. So it is technically what. So I think running a cultivator over this doesn't actually do anything. So yeah, I don't know if we're actually going to run the cultivator over this part. We're just going to run it over this part. In which, if that's the case, maybe we'll just do it all ourselves. Because it doesn't seem like even if we do run the cultivator over this, it says it's in a cultivated state or gives us a seed bed at all. It only gives us a seed bed if we look at right here, so. We will mess with this a little bit. I'm also curious if we do the hired helper thing, if it's going to recognize that this is one big field. It does. That's very nice. I like that. I want to see... Oh, that's AI worker. Worker direction 0. So yeah, we're going to try this out a little bit. Let's see what this does. It's good to see that the it recognizes that we're on different ground. If we were doing this right now, this cultivator would be like swaying super hard, right? Because of the difference in the ground. But you can see that it's still maintaining that different texture there. Yeah, so it's not actually creating the seed bed on this side. However, we do, and look at that. That is still there. We do need to cultivate this in quick. So I guess this will give us a good test on if it's doing anything. No, see it, so it's not actually doing anything like I suspected. Also cool that the implement, because when you swing it with it in the ground, it doesn't go as wide as what the tractor would. You see that all the time in real life when I'm doing my chisel plowing duties and ripping and whatever, is when you turn it, you still leave tire tracks. Even though you might not want to. Okay, so here we go. I'm just making a big old mess right now, but that's okay. Our fields. My rules. When you're cultivating or disking over a plowed ground like this, like a deep plowed ground, it's always good to go with the lines, or else it's going to be very bumpy. I mean, it is bumpy as it is, but when you're going across to ways, so like when we do our headland, it is insanely bumpy. Especially with an older tractor like this, it probably doesn't have as good a suspension as you'd want. I hope you guys enjoyed the first two videos. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see comments or anything for those because I am recording all of these on the same day, even though they'll be coming out on different days. I'll turn these lines off to make it a little bit more visually appealing. So I probably actually won't see any comments until like episode 4, and then I can kind of respond some. See, it is kind of nice, even though you don't have the lines, it still beeps at you when you lift up. Ideally, I would like to not be driving on the grass, but that's okay. I mean, the coloring, the lighting, everything is just really nice. I feel like it's a lot softer than what FS22 was. I feel like 22 was very bright and vibrant, which is kind of, I don't know, I guess kind of off-putting to me at sometimes, but this is like a softer, more duller lighting, I feel like, and I really like it. So as per usual, do a little bit. It's kind of how we do our videos around here, if you're new. Do a little bit, I do some more off camera, and then I catch up with you guys again, just to not bore you. And I like to kind of try to avoid the time lapses and stuff, because I know some people don't really like it. So, we got some sun coming out, so you can kind of see that subtle difference now. We got a little bit of sun now. It's kind of nice. Now we're going to keep going, and then we'll catch up with you guys here in a bit. I think I'm going to tell old Gramps that he's not needed today, but maybe we'll use him again some other day. Might not be too happy with me. Well, I think we snagged the wrong line. There's probably like an overlapping auto steer line there that we should have snagged or something. I don't know what's going on. I am really enjoying just doing all this work by myself. It's very relaxing and very fun. I mean, look at that deformation. And like how where I lift up over we don't want that. Also grab the wrong line again. Also don't want to back up when your plows or your cultivator's in the ground. That'll break some stuff. But like look at all the deformation right there. Isn't that sweet? Like those spots over there where you lift up and you still see, because you lifted the cultivator, the ground deformation is still there. Man, that It just looks, it's so realistic. It's awesome. It's very awesome. Can't say it enough, guys. It's definitely worth picking up if you're able to. If you have the equipment or if you have the cash. If you're just waiting because you think it's just a reskin, it's definitely not. It is much, much, much improved. I need to be lifting my cultivator up way before this, but because we already did it this way early on, we are gonna stick with it. I'm just gonna turn in the grass. It's alright. It was, you know, if we were renting the ground or something like that, we definitely wouldn't want to be doing that, but it's all in our own farm. So we're not too concerned about it. We'll just make sure I pass back to the other headlands through this line that we missed. We're getting through it though. I think 5 times speed is going to be good as well. I'm happy with how this is going to go. I do kind of wish that I would have bought some grass ground instead of our soybean ground. I don't think I'll be super disappointed with it when we get a paycheck from the grass, or from the soybeans, so. We definitely need some money. But it just means that our cattle operation is going to be, it's going to take a little bit longer. That's all. Looking good though. I'm liking the way it looks. You're definitely not short on visuals. That is for sure. Got lots to look at. Look at that bumpiness. Look at that. That's awesome. Look at how bumpy it is. That's so cool. Love it. And honestly, it's going to just be one of those things that we just forget about eventually, but I'm loving it right now, man. What a good game. I'm happy that 25 is here and we're all able to finally enjoy it together. Yeah, definitely let me know in the comments, guys, because at this point, you guys have had the game out for a few days. Let me know how you guys are enjoying it, things that you maybe don't like so far. My one thing is that I'm having issues with the map, and I don't know what it is. I think it might be something to do with my steering wheel, unfortunately. But I would rather have my steering wheel than not, so. Alright, so we will finish this up. I think we're gonna grab the planter, or the drill. We had a bag of seed that Gramps had, grass seed. So the drill is filled, but I don't know how long that'll last. Usually I guess I don't feel like grass seed runs out super quick. So I think we should be fine to plant this whole field in grass. I'm also curious about planting some cover crop. We could do a cover crop on this field, this next field. That would be kind of cool. Maybe try that out. See if that's worth anything worth it. I mean, I know that we gain a fertilizer state if we do it. So I think that could be cool. Something to look into. So, I will finish this up. We got the headland down on the other end. And, we'll see you guys once we get drilling going. So I was tempted to not plant this today, but because we have rain coming, but we should have plenty of time to get this field planted. And if we do get it planted, the rain is actually probably going to be pretty good for it. Be good for the crop to have a little bit of moisture in there. So I said that the GPS thing, I wasn't going to be doing much unless I had the actual, you know, globe and stuff on my tractors. I may take that back. It's just a very nice quality of life thing. I'm very used to using it, so... Yeah, I tried to not use it, and then I got off course, and then you can see kind of those tire tracks right there. I had to go back and get what I missed. Lots of work in this field in the last few episodes. But we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. After this, I think that's all we're going to do. Maybe spread some fertilizer on it, but that should be about it. I need to make sure that I'm going a little bit farther. Maybe. Well, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Right on the wrong line. Maybe. What's going on? Okay, so we're gonna have to do some overlapping, but that's okay. We'll come back. We'll overlap the next pass. So we'll just do this one freehand for now. We'll overlap the next pass. What if there's a hotkey to take off the lines instead of having to come in here every time? Like with the GPS mod, the guidance steering mod by Wopster, it was Control H, I think, or something to turn, or Control L maybe to turn off the lines. It'd be nice if there was a hotkey. But I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't. I guess is what I'm saying. When I plant, I usually do the headlands first, but we're gonna try and do it this way. This time around. Just a little extra, you know, grass seed in the strip. It's not gonna hurt anything, right? So yeah. I guess that's the plan for the next probably few hours, is to get this in-game hours. I hope this wouldn't take a few hours. But in-game hours, we're gonna be racing to beat the rain. It's interesting that the GPS has a different sound for every tractor, or for both. Yeah, I mean, at least this one compared to the Challenger. It's kind of cool, at least. Also, this drawbar is a little bit longer. It keeps hitting my tire if I turn too quick. We'll get our headlands figured out at some point. Making them big enough. Just get greedy with it sometimes. So. Alright, we'll catch you soon. Now, I don't know if I'm just overthinking this, but it definitely seems like right now, when I'm pulling the drill through an unplowed ground, or, you know what I mean, like an unseed bedded ground, because technically that's what this is, it pulls harder. Or at least it sounds like it pulls harder. Like it's putting more strain on the engine. That's what it sounds like to me. Like you're hearing the engine. Which makes it, like, you know, feel like it's pulling it harder. Which I think is pretty cool. That's not something that I noticed before in 19. Or I mean 22. So that's cool. Check out the difference in the textures. That's nice. You got a little bit of crop in there, even though we kind of already dug it in, but kind of spreads that crop out even more. It's in there. It's nice. I would like to see what it would look like if we direct drill, which I would assume that this drill would be able to do because it has the cultivator discs on the front of it. It'd be kind of ridiculous if it wouldn't be able to do that. Dropped down the wrong line again, I assume. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's acting like it's pulling a little bit harder, which is cool. I like that a lot. Again, the physics are the biggest things for me. So I won't keep going on about it, because obviously you've heard what I said about it. So. Turn in. Definitely got to be careful about how tight you turn this one. I've been very prone to hitting it on the tire, which is never a good thing. But I just wanted to pop in and kind of talk about that, because I thought that was pretty cool. You can kind of see the bumps over there where you went over. It's crazy how long those deformation spots actually stay. It's been a long time since we've circled around over there and stuff like that. But I like it. Kind of cool, you can see the water tower through the trees there. Trying to do shallow turns. Fine line of as tight as you can get it without hitting the tire. So we've got ourselves a little bit of a random rain event, so that's kind of interesting. I did not expect a rain to show up until 2100. Don't ask me what that is in non-military time. But yeah, so it just kind of showed up at 1400, so it's strange. But I like it. Random weather events are always good. More randomness is a good thing, but we're gonna push through and get the rest of this planted. It's not coming down hard enough yet. Now we got a chance to look at the like wet mud and stuff on the tracks, or on the tires, and on the machinery. Look at the mud on the tires of the planter. That's pretty nice. You can see the wetness on the combine. Pretty nice. One thing that Scroft pointed out, actually, is that there's no raindrops on the windshields, which is strange. Get the wet effect and stuff on everything else, but apparently not the windshield. I don't know. It's kind of strange to me. But we might regret rutting up our fields here, but I think we're close enough to being done that I don't think it's gonna matter that much, so I think we're gonna push through. This time, at least. But that is cool. That is very nice. Look at that mud. Great. That is great looking. That is crazy. How good is that? A screenshot of it. It's very nice. But I guess since we checked in now instead of towards the end, we got this last pass on this closer headland, then we got to do the end rows here on this side. We kind of staggered them as we were going down. You got to do those, and then that end row, the shorter end rows over there. We'll just finish up off camera. And then I think I'll check in with you guys probably in the next month. I don't think that we're going to need to... I really don't think we have anything else we can do. So I will check in with you guys next month. Welcome to October. And as you see, we got a spreader in tow. It is not ours. We actually are renting it from the co-op uptown. Luckily, there is a nice service that is available to us. But we are going to get some lime spread on our field that we haven't actually been in yet. So it is this field that I kept alluding to. So if you see down in our map, you can see it's field number 2 in the far left side, just to the west of our farm. We'll see how far this spread width is. Not super far. I think this is the only field that needs lime. Might need to check me on that. But we're going to spread it over this crop stubble. We're going to actually turn around now to make sure that we actually get all of it. I want to make sure we get the sides. Am I crazy, or does it feel like you don't use as much lime? I don't know. I might be crazy. We're at 93% right now. We'll see. It still ticks down pretty quick. But this is a nice, decent sized field for us. I'm also curious if that little bin right there is actually a lime or a fertilizer fill station, because that would be pretty neat if it was. Because we just filled up from up on the north side of this town here that we're located in. But that looks like a nice fill station right there, so we might have to utilize that instead. Be a closer drive, that's for sure. Nice and close to the farm. I don't know, it does feel like it's stretching a little farther, the lime. Which I'm all for. Liming can sometimes be a pain in the butt with how quick it goes. Especially without a tender trail or anything like that right now. The 2 headlands, so we're not worrying about turning too much. And smooth. Fingers crossed we can make this stretch the whole field. That would be very nice. A little bit of ground deformation there on the last pass. Looks good. These corners, these tight corners might need some love at the end, but also might not be super concerned about it. Depending on how much we have left. I didn't take the license plate off the spreader, my bad. That's on me, guys. Sorry to affect your immersion there. That didn't really work as good as I was hoping that turn would. Oh, jeez. That always scares the daylights out of me because it's so loud. Scared the dickens out of me. Alright. Let's run some straight passes quick. Probably should be utilizing the GPS system, I guess, in this new game right now, but didn't really think about it. So, we're gonna not do it, I guess. We can touch these corners right here. Quick. There we go. Make sure we turn it off so we're not wasting. So we are going to come in here and run the either subsoiler or cultivator over it. Likely the subsoiler. Get it incorporated into the soil at some point this fall. And then in the spring we'll run the cultivator and we'll make a nice little seed bed. Although again, I don't know if that's even worth it. We might just run the cultivator and then direct drill into this. Because learning from our experiences, that subsoiler actually, there's no point in running the cultivator over it at all. So maybe we do just run the cultivator and not have to worry about spring field prep, I guess. I don't know. Something to think about. Got a little fog coming off the water down there. Very nice. We have a little bit left. Might end up spreading it on the field that we took the weed off. But we'll see. I don't know if it'll be worth it or not. I do like the random effects that when the light kind of comes out behind the clouds. I feel like that's kind of what it's simulating. That's kind of nice. Very nice environmental ambiance. I guess that's what you want to call it. And there we go. Job numero uno donezo. We do need to spread fertilizer yet on the grass fields. That's going to be another job. I was hoping that the beans would be ready, but it looks like they are not going to be ready until November. So we'll be doing our beans in November. Just looking for the field. It's right over here. So we'll take this back to the farm for now. Kind of analyze what the rest of the fields need quick. And then we'll move from there. Alright, so we are doing a little bit of liming here. Ooh, what is... That's pretty neat. What's going on there? Morrison Cement. I wonder if this is a production of some sort. I'm going to swing around though, so we can be facing the out direction. Man, even look at that. Look at that. Look at the water bobbing the pipe up and down. Like, they didn't need to do that, but they did. And it's so good. Just incredible. Just the little things that they got in here is just so good, man. Alright. Lime. So we're liming our other field there, like I said, that we had wheat in. We're gonna go like 45. We definitely don't need a full spreader load. Hoping that's enough. Hopefully it's like kind of pretty much right on, actually. That's really nice that that's gonna be so close to our farm. And you know, another thing that's pretty underappreciated is that they added field entrances to all the fields, which I really like too. Some little things that I've kind of, you know, they're not a huge deal, but they're things that personally I've wanted, and something that I always look for in maps too, is to make sure that they have field entrances, and Giants has delivered on that too, so. A very incredible product, for sure. Which you would hope for, right? I mean, you hope that the developer of the game makes a good map, and I think they have. Also interesting how the weeds are affected by your drive path, too. That's pretty cool. Turn our flashers off. Need to bind the activate button to my joystick. It'd be a lot easier instead of having to reach over and hit H on my keyboard. Because most of my function, like my tool functions, are mapped to my joystick, if you're curious. You might actually not care at all, but most of my stuff, like my lower implement and activate, like turn on your implement, all that stuff, it's all mapped right to my joystick. Oh, what do we think? 34% gonna last us? 2 more passes? Oughta. I was originally only gonna go 25%, but honestly, that probably would have been a better bet. Alright, 1 more pass. And then we probably gonna unload this lime. Might as well just save it. We gotta do something with it, because then we need to run some fertilizer over the... We're gonna run dry fertilizer over the grass field as well. Alright, let's look at the map quick, even though it's all sorts of funky. I have a little section that we missed, but I'm not too fussed about it. Alright. So we'll get this lime unloaded and then we'll check in again shortly. Alrighty, so we got the field fertilized. Kind of forgot to record it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm recording late at night. This is the 3rd video that we've recorded. So, yeah, I think I was just not even thinking. So I did fertilize it. You can see it's 50% fertilized here. So hopefully this starts to grow in a little bit better as it grows. And hopefully we can have a nice hay crop going into next year. We're going to close up the shed and call it a day and an episode. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks to all the YouTube channel members for the support. It truly is amazing. You guys are the best. And if you liked what you saw, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and we'll catch you in the next one. Grandpa Walt says, thanks for watching.